Hello, and welcome to another episode of Kids at Art. My name is John.
And I'm Jennifer, and we're going to do things a little bit differently this time. We're going to go back in time, look at all the shows we've done in the last 3 years, my favorites, John's favorites, and your favorite.
And we're going to get started doing that in just 1 minute, so please stay tuned. Welcome back. As promised, what we're going to be doing is taking a look back on the 3 years. Believe it or not, we have been on the air 3 years. I find it.
It's amazing how fast it's gone.
And that is many crafts and many field trips and so much has gone on. But we're going to talk about our favorites, my favorites. What's your favorites, Jennifer?
Well, why don't we talk about the first show? Why don't we go do the first show first?
Exactly. What better place to start at the beginning, right, than with the very first show? So why don't we do that? Let's take a look at this right here.
The philosophy of the show is going to be arts and crafts. It's going to be a half-an-hour show that'll be primarily geared to kids of all ages, I will say, with primarily products that will be found in your pantry and your cupboards, whichever. Tonight, obviously, we're going to be making some clay, basically your typical flour, salt, and water clay. So, you know, we might as well get started.
Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make the barn door. And I'm just going to take a piece that I've already rolled out and cut it. And lay it right there. Figure out my spacing. And that looks good, and once I do, I'm going to glue it on with a little bit of water. And if you happen to, if it doesn't quite stick after it's baked, you can just glue it on with regular glue. And no mistakes here.
No.
And then we just have a window, and then you take your paints, and I usually paint off of a piece of tin foil. That way I can mix things and I'm not mixing things in my paints. And you can use, you know, any acrylic paint or poster paint that you want. And you just paint however you're going to paint. And your finished project, once you put your clock mechanism in, will look, again, something similar to this, maybe.
Of course, it's very traditional, but like you said,
right.
we can make a purple barn and
That's
yellow
right.
pigs and...
And don't be upset if in the course of baking your piece cracks. They do sometimes. So you might get a crack just like that, and it's not too bad. Wow, have things changed?
Oh, I'm telling you, thank God, thank God. But you know, though our sets have changed and our hairstyles have changed, hairstyles have changed a little bit. One thing that has stayed the same are the crafts, and we have enjoyed making those crafts right from the very first day. Jennifer, what are some of your favorites? What's the thing that you remember most about the 3 years?
Oh, I think my favorite are the field trips. Mm-hmm. I really like going out and seeing people making a living at doing their crafts.
Exactly.
And it's all from things that they've learned starting as children.
Absolutely. Why don't we get started and we'll take a look at some of the field trips that we've done.
You can actually do that one.
Last kitchen here.
And that's your flour sifter. So you got a
Just
rhythm
play it.
going. You just twist it, and it has its own little rhythm itself.
would've thought?
If you listen. There's so much going on, and it makes you want to listen.
I can do
Look
this.
at the house different.
I can do this.
Again, rhythm. So you start doing like that, you get. Now take a shaker. And I also try to stress on, it also leads in, I mean, there's so many cultures besides ours. And drumming is the purest of music. It's the oldest form of communication. And so I think it also gives a child an idea of, and an adult, of what other cultures and what kind of music they play, and maybe even, you know, might draw them into something different. They even, a whole world that never existed, you know, that to them never existed.
Welcome to Harbor Suites, located in downtown Salem, right at the end of Congress Street. We are looking at what I call a pile of gold, otherwise known as the Sweet Sloops. Sweet Sloops are a signature candy here at Harbor Suites, and they're responsible for 1/2 of the $3 million worth of business they do yearly. That means that $1.5 million gets put through these copper pots right here. The Sweet Sloops has a center of almond butter crunch, and that's what they're making. And it is an almond butter crunch that you have never tasted before, I am telling you right now. After it's cooked over this copper boiler, it is hardened and it is formed into triangles. And this is what I mean when we're talking about handmade candies and hand-dipped candies. Look at this. They've got two people here that have to sit here and break each of those pieces into the triangles. It's made into triangles because a sloop, I guess, is a sailboat. So there we've got the triangle. And from here, they get into this machine. They go from there to here, which is called an enrober. An enrober, otherwise known as Mr. Strohecker calls it the magic chocolate machine. And what you'll see it doing, of course, is putting a white chocolate base on each one of these triangles. Look at that. That is nothing but white chocolate. My gosh. Off the conveyor belt they come. They've now got a white chocolate base, and they go into a cooling tunnel. The cooling tunnel, of course, is going to make it nice and hard. And look what happens when they come out of that cooling tunnel. I don't know if I have ever seen anything more beautiful in my life than a white chocolate waterfall. Oh my gosh. Incredible. From there, they will come out on the other side, and you will see it bouncing. And bouncing, of course, makes it not only take off the excess chocolate, but I understand that it takes out air bubbles. And by taking air bubbles out of the chocolate, makes it stay fresher longer. And here, of course, being a sailboat, they're putting a mast on each one of these sailboats. And again, $1.5 million worth of candies gets touched by a human hand. I think that is absolutely amazing. Each one of them. From there, into the cooling tunnel, and out of the cooling tunnel they come, and they are to be dipped by these wonderful people. And what these people are going to do, they're going to take it 2 by 2 and dip it into a dark chocolate base. They're just going to dip it a little bit, and that, of course, looks like the bottom of the sailboat. They'll take it then from there, and they will dip it into a sweet pecan, and of course the pecans represent the crash of the waves, the splash of the waves against the boat. There we look a little closer now. We see the white sail, we see the mast, we see the bottom of the boat, and we see the waves. I don't know, you may find that doing this all day would get a little boring, but at Harbor Suites they've got some great ideas. And what they do here is that every single person knows every single job here. So at the end of a break, they can say, geez, how about switching jobs with me? They'll go do something else. So no one gets bored, This place is absolutely incredible. I wish more places could be run like Harbor Sweets. Everybody here is happy. Mr. Strohecker says, if you want a piece of candy, you go ahead and eat it. And I think that's the way to go. And I suppose at that point they won't eat it at that point. I don't know. But I think it's incredible. From there, back into the cooling tunnel they go. Look at that. On the other side, they're going to be picked up by a man, a woman, whoever will be working the job at the time. Here we have a man, I think. There he is. And he will take these sweet sloops and he will bring them over to the harbor of many, many other sweet sloops. Now, the amazing thing about Harbor Sweets is that there is only, believe it or not, just 6 separate types of candies. So it's amazing that they've got 6 separate types that are responsible for the $3 million a year. Now this is for the sweet sloop lover. This is going to be a box of just sweet sloops. And this woman is lovingly and carefully putting them in the box. I venture to say we'll probably get about 20 or 30 into this box. Again, all done by hand. Absolutely amazing to me. After she fills the box, she's going to cover it up, put a beautiful red top on it. For the holidays, I guess. That's just one way of packaging it. That's, again, the pack of sweet sloops. But they've also got a variety pack. So in the variety pack, they're going to foil wrap the sweet sloops. And this is a machine that was made in Leeds, England, just after the turn of the century, just after 1900. And this, of course, speeds up the process of the foiling. So after they're foiled, you see there's a little triangular shape. We'll put them in there, and then it pops up, and the foil wraps it. You can see the foil coming in the lower left-hand corner. Once they're foil wrapped, they'll come off this conveyor belt. This woman will pop them into a basket, where then she will, of course, bring them into the other room, where they will be put in by hand into the variety pack. You can see these women. One of each candy gets put into this, or 2 or 3 of each candy. From there, they go to quality control. Any place worth anything is going to have quality control. They're going to make sure that everything looks great, that nobody has eaten any of it on the way. Look at that. Checking, making sure that everything is lined up perfectly, which it is. It's going to be sealed with a Harbor Sweets label. Harbor Sweets, there is no place finer.
Well, I'll tell you, that is such a great segment. I can
Absolutely.
understand why that's your favorite. We've met a lot of nice people.
And it's nice to see that, you know, they really did start out doing just what we're learning here.
Exactly. These are people making a living at what they enjoy most, their talents, which is really fantastic.
Absolutely.
So we talked about...
My favorites.
Yeah.
What about your favorites?
Well, my favorite is Halloween. We did a Halloween show, which was how to do a party for 10 of your friends, everything included for under $30. And again, one of the reasons why this was my favorite segment was because we got so many cards and letters from parents. We found out that the parents are watching just as much as their kids.
Absolutely.
And that was really just fantastic.
Yeah. Now, this is going to be a little bit longer than we...
That's right. We're going to show this in your entirety because it really does kind of sum up the whole show in this one segment. So let's take a look.
That's right.
All right.
Right, welcome back. Now, of course, any party needs decorations. That's what creates the whole party, as far as I'm concerned. You got the food. Now we need the decoration. So we are going to start with a ghost. Actually, we've got a ghost, Mr. Casper, I think we'll call him up here, and he is really easy to make. What we start with is a clear balloon, and these are available at any one of your party stores. You can do white if you'd like, but we prefer clear. So when obviously when you put the cheesecloth over it, this is all the materials you need: cheesecloth, a balloon, and some thread to string it up. So of course you will blow
up the balloon. But I make it easier.
There you go.
I'm already blown up.
We got that, and she's already got the string attached to it as well.
Then you're going to take the string or fishing wire, whatever you like, and just attach it to the top knot.
We undo the
he's gonna
cheesecloth, which
unfold
could
the
take you just
cheesecloth.
about the amount of time as it takes to do the party itself. But here we
and
go.
he's going to drape it over
That's exactly
the
right.
balloon.
Just like so. And this is real easy to separate and put your holes in. And then we're going to thread. Now, what's really nice about these, what I would do, especially if you're in the house and you've got the party, I'd almost, if you had a small fan that you could kind of put it around someplace insignificant, these are really cool because once you get that threaded going and you put the fan and you get the air circulating, you hang it from anywhere and it's going to constantly keep moving, which is a lot of fun. Now, there are two ways that you can also do something like this. You could actually put some markers or something on the balloon to put some eyes if you want, or you could take also construction paper, put a couple of eyes, put a mouth, do whatever.
Or stickers.
Stickers would be a great idea. Yeah. And put, you know, give your ghost some personality. What do you think? We'll make him a friendly ghost or a scary ghost.
That's right.
So Mr. Ghost will go away here for now, because now we're going to show you how to make these wonderful, what do you call them?
Chinese lanterns.
Chinese lanterns.
Okay. Take a piece of construction paper and fold it lengthwise.
It's absolutely amazing at how easy these things are.
They really are.
It's just amazing to me.
And they're fun.
Yeah.
Fold it lengthwise. And then you're going to cut up from the fold about an inch in, about every inch. And you're going to go about, what's that, an inch from the top?
Yep.
Okay, all the way down until it looks like this. Okay, unfold it and
Amazing.
turn it, and maybe you can help me out here.
Absolutely. Now the fun thing about these, you know,
And you're going to tape it together.
let's, of course we can break this tape here, and you will run it along the length of the lantern, like so.
Okay, and kind of squish it down a little bit. Make sure all the
Oh, see,
my taper
all I
man
have to
here.
do is tape. You would think that that would be the very simple thing to do, but when I'm involved, this is why Jennifer is mostly in charge of all the,
Oh, that's not true.
I don't know.
Okay, just
There
kind of
you go.
squish it down so that they separate, and then you're going to take Christmas lights.
Which I'm sure you've got somewhere in your
Right.
basement.
And just thread through the slit on either side, okay, making sure that the lights do not touch the paper. They're supposed to be safe, but you never know. So just kind of make sure that they don't touch the paper. And you can decorate these any way you'd like also.
Make them all different colors, and of course we're doing it for Halloween, but these are fun in the summertime, they're fun at Christmas time, they're fun just whatever. This is construction paper, do whatever colors you want. That's, obviously, look how easy that is, and so much fun. All right, that's that.
And then we're going to do spiders.
Spiders.
Now, I don't know if you can see that spider back there,
Can we see him? Him?
or the guy behind me up here.
Oh, I'll take him.
That's right. And these are very simple spiders. They are 4, what are these, pipe cleaners.
Pipe cleaners.
Line them up, and then kind of hold them with both hands and twist. And you twist twice,
Isn't that wild?
okay? And then separate the legs and bend them in the middle, and then bend them at the foot.
This is really amazing when you think about it. And of course,
Whoops,
what we did was
did I not? Okay,
twist it enough.
yeah.
Go to the cobwebs. You get the cobwebs, I think, at any store at Halloween time sells these cobwebs that you string all over the place, and place these spiders, you know, in the cobwebs or in your sister's shirt.
Or
I don't know, or
just in the fire,
someplace fun, or in the fire.
okay?
That's cool too.
And then,
And that's
so
spiders.
why don't we show you what we've done with the food and everything?
That's exactly
We've
right.
laid
The
out
presentation of the table.
Our table. We put the veins inside a pumpkin bucket. Okay. The eyeball sauce went in the cauldron, and we put some pretzels around the bottom to make it look like sticks.
Yeah, it does.
We put a fire around the witch's brew,
Of course.
and it's nice to have it in a clear bowl so you can see the green. And then we put the pretzel rods because you need
A bigger flame?
That's right, you need a big flame with the brew. Okay, our invitations are kind of out and around.
And over here, of course, we've got our worm cake, which looks pretty good, actually. Rest in peace on our gravestone. And of course, we've got our ice cream sandwich cookies, which is everything that we promised you we would make from the start. So
That's
it looks
right.
to me like we are ready for a Halloween
right.
party. And
Now, one last thing, our decorations cost $14 and what, 20 cents?
oh, I think it was a little bit less than that. I think it was about $12 or so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I know that we
Okay.
snuck right into that $30 budget, which is what we mentioned at the very first part of the show. And I think that we could probably take care of about 10, 12,
Yep, we're
12 people at
figuring
this
on
party.
10 people.
So, like I said, parents, you know, here we go, and kids. That's it. That's it.
Have a happy,
Well,
safe
no,
Halloween.
we're not done yet. We're
Oh,
going to be
sorry.
back to wrap this up and give you some safety tips for Halloween and trick-or-treating. So we will be right back.
I don't know. Can you understand why that was my favorite?
Do you like a party?
Who doesn't like a party? And I'll tell you, I just think that, you know, the ghosts and I just think it was a really
It was a
wonderful
lot
show.
of fun.
I really enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun making that show. As a matter of fact, that was a ball.
Absolutely. One of the things that I really like are the videos that we're getting from you.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we only have time for one
But it's a good
video
one.
from yours, or from you. So why don't we just sit
a
and
look.
watch that?
That's great.
Hi, my name is Meredith and I'm 11 and my kid craft is decorating bags for Halloween. I just did this one and I made it out of a paper bag that my mom had in her kitchen. You can also do one with a fabric bag that your mother uses at the grocery market. All you need to do is use washable markers and draw a picture on it. And then you can take it out to go trick-or-treating on Halloween. Well, here's how it came out. And the great thing about this, since we use washable markers, after Halloween we can just put it in the washing machine and all the markers will come out. Well, that's my craft for today. Happy Halloween. Bye.
All right, again, keep those videos coming. They are such an important part of the show, and we get a lot of great ideas from that.
Absolutely,
From
and
that
they're
segment.
so much fun to watch.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. All right, so your favorites, my favorites, now
Your favorites.
your favorites. We put together about 2 or 3 minutes of some of the best crafts, some of the things that you've written about, and let's just kind of show it to you. All right.
have been busy this past 3 years.
It has been a wonderful 3 years, and believe it or not, we are at the end of another episode of Kids at Art. So,
Here's to the last 3 years.
here's to the next 3 years.
And
Keep your cards and letters coming.
That's right,
Stay
and your
tuned.
videos.
Exactly. And until next time, have fun. See you soon. Bye.